Hey everybody, welcome to Our Lives Traveled. So today we are going to do a deck by deck ship tour of the Carnival Mardi Gras. Let's start with deck 6. So first we have the Mardi Gras Theater. Now this is where your bigger shows on Mardi Gras are going to take place, your more elaborate shows. You'll see later on there's also a central place where they do theater and have shows in the central atrium. But this, look at it. Now if you've been on Carnival before, you notice two huge differences. Where are the bench seats, and this is a small theater. And that's because Carnival does the layout of Mardi Gras differently. Instead of just having one mass session or section for a lot of their stuff, they actually kind of spread it out more. So I think that helps with crowds. All right, so here we are at Cloud 9 Fitness. And this is off of the Cloud 9 Spa. And this is all the fitness equipment that's free to use, Lifetime Fitness. So here we have the Punchliner Comedy Club. If I could tell you one thing about this, get here early. This had to be like the highlight of the Mardi Gras. Everybody and their mother was always trying to get in here. It was standing room only. All the times people were not able to get in because it was full. So I would say the shows here, we didn't see any of the comedy ones, but they must have been fantastic because everybody was always trying to go to them. So get to the Punchliner earlier. Now the Piano Bar 88 absolutely was one of our favorite entertainment venues. I was actually surprised because we've never really hung out in a piano bar before, but this piano bar was awesome. The pianist was fantastic. He was so hilarious. I will say the chairs are a little bit uncomfortable for long periods of time, but if you get a chance to check this out, absolutely go. You'll have a fantastic time. All right, so here we have the Java Blue Cafe. And so this is kind of like Grand Central area on Carnival. You'll have the Java Cafe, you'll have the center stage bar, and the actual center stage area, as well as cherry on top. But this is a place you can go and get coffee, drinks, and free desserts and sandwiches. One thing I do want to point out is there are two lines, one for coffee drinks, one for dessert and sandwiches. So I know some people are a little upset they couldn't get coffee, dessert, and sandwiches from the same line. But yes, there are two lines and there are signs for it so that you can see. And that's because the coffee takes longer and it tends to get backed up. And here is cherry on top, and this is Carnival's sweet shop. Basically, they have some of everything: chocolate, just candy. They even have Rice Krispie treats, like all your little heart desires. And yes, they actually now have the self-serve candy back. And so here's Grand Central, and again, as I mentioned earlier, this is the second theater type space that Carnival has on the Mardi Gras. One thing I will say about this, it was always bopping, had a lot of action, great shows, but honestly, if you're not on the floor level or in that first row of seats in the balcony level, your view is not going to be the best. The difference between how these balconies are set up versus a theater and why the views don't appear to be as good is they're not far back enough so that you can really see the entire stage, and the performers often use the floor space. So if they're down on the floor and you're in one of these seats right here, you can't see them. So unfortunately, you have to get here early for these two and basically get some floor seats or the first row or two in the balcony. And now we're at one of our favorite bars. This is the Brass Magnolia. This is actually where we went when we first got on the ship while we were waiting for our room to be ready. They have live music, they have a great bar, tons of seating, and this is just a nice little place to hang out. And like I said, in the evening, they do have music. Funny thing is, our room was directly under this bar and we didn't really hear too much noise, even at night when they were playing. So this is a beautiful bar and there's some live music. Now this is the Flamingo restaurant, and as you know, Carnival has two complimentary main dining rooms, the traditional main dining rooms. I will say, looking at this, it kind of has a cafeteria style look. If you don't know, Carnival kind of got rid of tablecloths a couple of years back, and for good reasons, but it does kind of look, you know, a little cafeteria style there. Now here we're going into the shop area. So you'll see some fun shops. Again, Carnival's broken stuff up. So you've got some fun shops here. You've got some on 7. So they're in different places. They're not all in one place. But here you can get your watches, your makeup. Now let's go into the French Quarter. And what you're going to see in the French Quarter as we get up in here is the fortune teller bar. So the fortune teller bar, I would say, is the best place to go if you want daiquiris. As you can see, they actually have a daiquiri menu. So like some of the other bars, you know, you may be able to get your strawberry daiquiri or pina colada, but the fortune teller bar is going to have a bigger selection. And they also have music at different times during the day that they play as well. And this bar actually goes across the hallway. So this little area here is actually across the hall from the main fortune teller bar, but it's also part of the fortune teller bar. Emerald's Bistro. So this is one of the pay restaurants on Carnival. So this is one where you pay extra to order from here. It is a la carte, so you just pay for the items that you want. You actually go up to the front, pay for what you want, and then they'll bring your food to whatever table you choose to sit at. And I think this is usually just open in the evening. All right, so here is the Carnival kitchen, and this is such a cute concept. Carnival has where you can sign up and you will have a chef teach you how to make a dish. So we see sushi, there's ice cream making. One thing I do want you to know is that if you take these classes, you basically become a form of entertainment for us people on Carnival, because we are sure standing outside of this kitchen area watching y'all cook. Hey! Here we have the Palm Restaurant, and this was actually the restaurant that we were assigned to on the Mardi Gras. And it is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, depending on whether it's a C day or whether it's a port day, the hours may vary. This is also where they did the C day brunch on board. Beautiful lighting and chandeliers. And as you can see, it's 2 levels. All right, let's get into deck 7, to the Mardi Gras Casino. So Carnival's casino up here is pretty big. They do have a non-smoking section, but otherwise you can smoke in the main part of the casino. Here we have the Grand View Bar, and this is near the atrium. You can look down into the atrium, but again, this is part of the casino area in Grand Central. And again, another view of the Grand Central Theater area. So the Carnival store, again, like I mentioned earlier, how they split their stores up on more than one floor. So this is where you would go and get all your Carnival merchandise. So the Limelight Lounge is basically where Carnival has their nightclub, as well as you see some live events. They also do karaoke here. I also sing with my eyes closed. That helps me get the soul into the sound. And the alchemy bar, this is the fun bar where your bartender will make all different types of amazing concoctions for you to drink, bowling, smoking things. We also have the Fahrenheit Steakhouse, and this is a pay restaurant, and this is Carnival Steakhouse. We did not eat here, so I don't have a lot of information, but it is a very pretty venue, and you can go in here and get a great steak apparently. All right, so let's check out deck 8. So here we have Chibang. Now, Chibang is an interesting restaurant because it combines both Chinese as well as Mexican fare. One thing that's different on the Mardi Gras is for people who have my time or anytime dining, this is actually one of the complimentary restaurants that you can go to. So aside from the Palm or the Flamingo, you can also go to Chibang as one of your complimentary restaurants. Now we're in the Havana bar, and this is the bar that is near the set of rooms that are called the Havana area rooms. So this bar is open to everybody. However, you'll see a sign on the door that if you were to go outside this bar to the outside decks, that's for Havana guests only. And so Havana guests is kind of like I guess maybe a ship in a ship. They have separate rooms, pools, and little areas. So unless you're a Havana guest, you can't go out there, but anybody can go to the actual Havana bar. This was actually one of the places we like to go and have a seat after dinner if we had gone to Shebang, for example, and listen to live music. All right, so now we are up here at Bonsai. Bonsai has two sections. They have the teppanyaki section, which is your hibachi grill section, and you have to make reservations. This is something that you have to pay for. And then they also have their sushi section, and the sushi section is a la carte. So you get a menu, you'll pick what you want on it, and they'll bring it out to you. Again, both of these, the teppanyaki and the sushi side, you do have to pay for. Again, here we have more fun shops, so more of the shopping areas on Carnival split amongst the different floors, 6, 7, and 8. Here we have Pixels, and this is their photo gallery. So this is where you'll go to look at pictures that have been taken of you during the cruise and select those if you want to purchase them. You can also find camera equipment if you forgot something at home, things like that. You would go here to purchase. So now we are actually in the La Plaza area, and we're going over here to Cucina del Capitano, and this is the Italian restaurant on the Mardi Gras. And one thing about this is that this is also complimentary for guests who do my time dining. They can actually go to here to have dinner as well. And one thing I want to say is I mentioned my time dining having some different options than just the two main dining rooms. Also, people who don't have my time dining can go to these dining rooms, but they can't go until, I believe it's after 7:30 in the evening, whereas my time anytime guests could go there as early as I think 5:30. So here you got another bar, and then we have our pizza location, Pizzeria del Capitano. And this pizza is complimentary, and it's pretty much 24 hours. I think they close maybe around 3, but pretty much it's all day. And it's nice because a lot of these restaurants, you'll notice, have both indoor and outdoor seating. So also next to the pizza, they have their sandwich area. And let me tell you, Carnival sandwiches are always on point. So you can go here. They don't, now the sandwich place isn't quite open as late as the pizza place, but it is open, you know, later than like the restaurants. So that's a great place. You can go to get a sandwich. And then we have Rudy's Sea Grill, and this is where you go to get your seafood. This is a pay restaurant, and it is a la carte. And we have Carnival Adventures. And so this is where you would go to book your shore excursions. And then we have guest services. The line isn't too bad right now, but this is where you go if you have any questions or if you have any problems while you're aboard the ship. These lovely people are here to help you out. Now we have another area called Summer Landing, and this is where you'll see Guy's Pig and Anchor. There's a Heroes Tribute Lounge. There's some more shops in this area. So you can see you got port side here. This is the Heroes Tribute Lounge. And again, this is just a place for you to go, get a drink, and just kind of hang out. A lot of people like to hang out here while they're waiting to get into Guy's Pig and Anchor. One thing I'll tell you is it looks like it's part of Guy's Pig and Anchor because they're really all just in the same room. It's just the Heroes Lounge is on one side. There's also an ice cream, just like kind of hidden back in here, ice cream area back here that people like to come and go to. So just FYI, this is one of the places you can find ice cream on board, and the ice cream is free. And here is the Pig and Anchor Smokehouse. And again, it's just on the opposite side of the Heroes Tribute Lounge. And it is also included, again, if you have My Time Anytime Dining, you can go here at any time for dinner. There's some dishes on the menu that you do have to pay extra for. And this is their brewery. And here you can see a bit of the menu. And this is a Pig and Anchor part on the outside. And this area is actually only open on sea days. But the inside that you saw earlier, that's open for dinner. And so now we're coming out here to what's considered, I guess, the watering hole. And so out here you'll see that there's a pool and different lounge chairs, a little bit of shade. But this, again, is just all part of the summer landing area on the Mardi Gras. And here we have the watering hole. And this is just a bar. I will say Carnival does have some nice outdoor seating. That's one thing we've always liked about Carnival. They have some great places to just sit, relax, and people watch. All right, now we're at deck 16. So now we're at the Blue Iguana. And so this is a cantina, so you can go here and get all your Mexican fare. They have your burritos, they have your tacos. They also have a salsa bar. The watermelon salsa is delicious. This is typically open. They're open in the morning as well as for lunch, and typically till about 5 o'clock. Now you have the seafood shack, and this is a la carte. However, this is not complimentary. So you see there's a menu, you'll pick what you want, and then you just pay for it. So this is street eats. So think of it kind of like your local taco truck. There are 3 stations, and you just go up to whichever one or all of them if you want to. And they have a different item every day, and you can just go up there and ask for one. So this is the beach pool. So this is going to be your main pool on Carnival, and out here you'll see the Red Frog Tiki Bar. Lots of places to lounge. You also see the movie screen. So this is the Lido Marketplace. This is Carnival's buffet. It is complimentary, and it is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The Lido Marketplace has tons of options in terms of food. You can get hot dogs, you can get pasta, you can get fish, chicken, some of everything here. And there are tons of places to sit. They have salad bars. You can get ice cream, desserts. Basically, it's a buffet. So there's something really unique on Carnival Mardi Gras. They have a beer station and they have a soda station. And these stations you can go to and just pick whatever soda or whatever beer you want that's on tap. Now you do have to pay for this. And so the soda, for example, is 21 cents per ounce, which is steep. However, they have a bigger assortment and you don't have to go to the bar to ask somebody for a soda. And here we have the big chicken. All right, so you may have heard this is Shaq's restaurant. So this is complimentary, and you can go here and get everything from chicken sandwiches. They have chicken biscuits for breakfast. And they also have a bar with additional toppings and sauces that you can put on your sandwiches. And here we have another Swirls, another place to get free ice cream. So behind the big chicken, we actually have the Tides pool. It has 2 hot tubs and a pool. There's also a Tides pool bar where you can get drinks. So now let's go to deck 17. And here we have the upper deck of the beach pool area. And we just want to show you here, there are additional loungers as well as chairs in the shade. So there's plenty of seating out by the pool if that's your thing. Great place to see the movie screen. There's also the Red Frog Tiki Bar also has an upstairs location here as well. And we have another Swirls here. So here we have Guy's Burger Joint. I'm sure you've heard of it. This is where you can go and get complimentary Guy's burgers and fries. Again, they are open. They have a breakfast menu as well and a lunch menu, and they're open until usually about 5 o'clock. So they're not technically open for dinner. But you can go here and get your complimentary burgers. Very popular place. And so here you'll see we just walked past the outside area of Club O2, and this is a place for kind of your teenagers to kind of hang out, so they have their own spaces on board as well. As you can see, there's just tons of place to sit and lounge. We're walking all the way around the back of the ship and coming back up the other side. Just lounges everywhere. And so your Circle C area, this is where you'll find the areas for the children on Carnival. So depending on what area of the Circle C you go to, it has different ages and different groups. And here we have the Warehouse Arcade, and this is where you can find all your video games. It's a nice little arcade, so your kids will have something to do, or if you're like us, grown-ups will have something to do here as well. They did have a little neat, this game right here is kind of like your Oculus if you have one of those, so you can have a 3D game experience. All right, so let's go and check out deck 18. So here we have the Serenity area. This is Carnival's adults only area. And this has a pool. It has tons of loungers. There's also a bar as well as Fresh Creations. And Fresh Creations is kind of like a salad bar. It doesn't have everything, but if you were out here in the Serenity area and wanted a quick bite, you could go and make a salad. Now I will say the hours of this were so random that you would just have to look out to if they were actually open. And here's the Serenity bar. And it has a pool, and then as you walk around the sides, because the Serenity takes up a good portion of the front of this deck, they also have hot tubs. So this video you see up here, this pool, this is part of the Loft 19 area. This area is reserved for certain suite guests. However, you can purchase a day pass. We did not, so we can't actually go up there and show you everything up there. But do know this is where Loft 19 would be. It's above the Serenity area. So we're back down here, the Serenity area. Again, tons of chairs, places to sit. I will say a lot of them are out in the sun. So if you want some of the loungers that are on the sun, you'll need to look for those. But we never had a problem finding any loungers, so that shouldn't be an issue. And here's the hot tub. Again, they have two of these. And this is our ropes course. So this is part of Carnival's ultimate playground area. So this is where you'll have your jogging track, your ropes course, you'll have your sports court. You'll also have the Carnival Waterworks, which is their water slides and mini golf. Your best bet if you want to jog on this is to jog on it early in the morning. Otherwise, you're going to see there are a lot of people walking on it to get to different places on the ship. Here you have your sports court, and depending on what they want to play, it can be turned into different things. Right now it's set up as basketball. You also have this cute little area over here where they have pool tables and they have beanbag tosses. And this is your little kids play area, the Carnival Waterworks. You see the slides up there. And then again, here is your golf course area, or your mini golf course area on Carnival. So also we have the Bolt roller coaster. So this is actually the level you go to walk up the steps to actually get to the Bolt roller coaster. So the actual roller coaster itself is actually one deck up on 19. So this, I think Carnival was one of the first, or if not the only at the time, cruise ships to have a roller coaster at sea. So this currently is something you do have to pay extra for. At the time of this cruise, it was $15 and you get to go around it twice. Okay, so we've come to the end of our deck by deck ship tour, the Carnival Mardi Gras. If you want to hear a full review of what we thought, make sure to hit that notification bell and subscribe. That way you'll be notified when that review comes out. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. Hope you found this review fun and informative. Thanks for watching.